Hello. It's your bro Jared here. Today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I came to be addicted and where my addiction all started. Where do I start? So I was in high school. I just turned 15. It was around there. I started dating this girl, which was my first girlfriend. We dated for 2 or so months. We were real shy. In fact, we were so shy. Wouldn't really talk much in person. Just message each other. Yeah, we dated this girl. Then to the end of the year, I wasn't around her much. I was just by myself a lot. I was at my grandparents at the time. But anyway, what happened was I got a bit curious because I was alone. I looked up something I shouldn't have. I wish I'd never looked up. But I looked up this thing out of curiosity. Next thing at first I was disgusted. The next thing, I was spending like hours of my my day looking at those because I was that curious. However, once I stopped, the brainwashing had kind of taken over. My mind was confused, disgusted, but I noticed the more I looked at that stuff, the more time disappeared. After that, I didn't look at anything. I did look. I stopped looking, but that stuff had messed with my mind so much that I kind of ended up breaking up with my girlfriend at the time. And for the next few months, I'd look at the stuff. Then I stopped because school holidays had finished, and I had to focus more on school. I was busy hanging with my friends and stuff. But then every now and then I'd look at that stuff, mess with my head. What happened next was high school suddenly started to feel really difficult for me. I was starting to get lots of social anxiety and depression. Mainly social anxiety as I was developing through puberty. I was 15 at the time. And throughout the year, I'd find it would get worse and worse. And I'd often have days where I'd just stay home. I was still with my friends, but then after a few months, my male hormones kicked in. I realised I'd made a big mistake. That girl I'd broken up with, suddenly I started developing these feelings for her. But I was so confused that I couldn't even explain to her what I was feeling. So I just avoided it and stuff. I try to get the courage to go to her, but every time I failed, I just feel disappointed in myself. It would get worse and worse. yeah. Skip ahead to the following year. This year it would seem like it was going to be a better year for me. Started off great. There was the year 2019. I got invited to some parties which I attended. Got got drunk stuff, but I was confused at the time because I also aside from that I also had autism, so there was some issues around this area, which does some of my other routes for this addiction, Pmo. But anyway, I was going, went to this party, got drunk, went home, got invited to another party, but I didn't go to that one. The year seemed to be going great. My feelings for that girl was still lingering on, but I still couldn't find the confidence to say hello. It started to get me down a bit, because every time I'd fail, I just get more and more scared to approach girls. And I tried asking other girls out, but I get rejected a lot. There was where some of the problem was. But nearly halfway through the year, say in May, my dad had an injury. Decided to stay home just to help him out on his farm. But it was around that time I stopped going to school to the point I actually dropped out. However, what I didn't realise, so after I dropped out, I noticed I didn't have anyone to hang out with. Like, I felt more and more alone. These feelings for that girl kind of got out of control. I was starting to get a bit obsessive over her and desperate because I was that alone. I tried sending her messages, but then I'd realise it was a big mistake, so I'd keep deleting them. It got to the point where my obsession grew so out of control that I was trying to message her almost every day to no avail. Into the following year, because I hadn't been around anyone for a while, I grew increasingly more alone, and by this point I got used to being alone. I started using my phone more. This was around year 2020. I was not looking at stuff, but it was just before COVID. I was out doing stuff. I was riding my bike, driving a dirt bike and stuff, going to the beach. Then COVID lockdown happened. I couldn't do that stuff anymore. I had to stay at home more, so that meant I was on my phone more. It was around that time, my curiosity just started kicking in. I was on all these social media apps. I had things like Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. But however, during lockdown, this is where the problems started to kick in. It started with Instagram, because I had nothing to do. I was starting to look for things, and the things I was looking at got more and more sexualized. So I was looking at stuff more and more. It was getting worse. I was starting to get bad to the point I'd just get my fix every day and just look at these sexualized pictures. About then a few months into lockdown, I got even more curious and decided to start masturbating. At first, just not knowing the effects and still under that brainwash setting, I was like, I gotta masturbate. Then when I orgasmed, at the time I was excited. Well, because I was brainwashed at the time. Over the next 2 months, I started doing it again and again. Then it kind of went from once every few weeks to once a week. Then it kind of developed into every day. Then at my worst point, I was doing it like 3 times a day. It was at this time I was noticing something wasn't right, which was the same year I started doing this. It kind of started when I decided to take a break from masturbation. When I was taking a break, I'd go not even a day without doing it. I'd want to do it again. I'd always end up giving in again and again. Every time I'd stop, I'd find myself jerking off again. I started getting frustrated because I wanted to take a break at the time where I was still brainwashed, but I kept wanting to do it. I got to a point where I did it again. It kind of was my final straw, and I was like, why can't I stop doing this? Then I discovered things such as addiction and stuff, and apps like Rewire Companion stuff, and etc. Found these. I was new at the time, and I was like, I want to stop, but I don't know how. So I was like at the time, because I was all confused, still brainwashed. I was like, maybe I'll download this app, because maybe it'll help me stop. I downloaded this app and decided to use this app as a way to stop masturbating. I do that. That time I stop, I go first 8 days without doing it. I'm back into it again. Then the rest of 2020, I'd keep trying to stop. I'd go like 2 weeks at most, then I keep going back again. It was around Christmas of that year, I'd ended up binging and stuff. The next thing, I was stuck in this binge cycle, which took me like 3 or 4 months to get out of. It wasn't till April 2021 when I got out of that cycle. After that, I'd relapse it now and then. Then after I started getting control of myself again, I was starting to go like 11 days to begin with. Then kind of developed 2 weeks without it. I keep relapsing. And then around the middle of 2021, I made a breakthrough. I went like 45 days. Yeah. The first time going near since I started beating it. The first time going near since I started beating it. Felt great. I'd already been learning about NoFap at this point, and I'd got to know it a bit more, but I still hadn't done enough research. At the time I was in this mindset of day counts, so I was doing NoFap. I go 45 days. I relapsed on that day. Ended up binging and stuff. Took a while. Took a few weeks to gain control. And around this time, I was learning about NoFap. I joined these Discord servers. They helped me. In fact, joining these servers, I actually learned a lot. I was stuck in a cycle for a few months of 3 weeks, but being in these servers kind of gave me resources for learning and doing research. At the time I didn't really look at it properly. I just keep saying to myself, oh, I gotta stop Pmo, try and get the 90 days. I was still in that day count mindset. I'd go like 60 days at best, or like 80 days at best, but then skip throughout year 2022, which is a year of relapses and getting back up. 2023 was the year where I was starting to actually take NoFap seriously. Like, I was gaining more knowledge about it. I was watching YouTube videos and stuff on how to break out of Pmo. Watching those. I would start getting this. I'd start writing in the journal of what strategies I should do. Now, this journal I don't have with me now, but I can show you in another video what I've written. But I've been using this journal to write what I learn. But anyway, last year, 2023, was the year I'd explained, the year I started taking it seriously. I'd made another breakthrough. This breakthrough was like nearly 6 months, just a few days shy of 6 months. I'd changed my mindset and stuff. Like, I was no longer in that day count mindset. I was just focused on getting myself out of that pit of misery where I masturbate and stuff. I knew if I keep doing that, I'm gonna be stuck here for the rest of my life. I don't want that. So I made a breakthrough, got out of that hole. Every day I was like transmuting my energy, making sure I was in the right mindset, and staying committed to my goals of NoFap. As I mentioned, I fell off, but towards the end of the year, I'd keep falling off and stuff. But I was keeping up with my fitness and gym. They were the only things like keeping me going. Then skip forward to the start of this year. I've been going to the gym a lot, and people are actually starting to notice changes in my physique. Like if I could show you now, you might notice it. Can't really notice it here, but yeah, that's another thing keeping me going. People noticing my physique. Now this is the year I've been relapsing sometimes this year, but I'm trying my best to change my ways, like get out of this pit of darkness, misery. Pmo has taken years away from me. Like I never used to avoid social situations, but I've been avoiding them and stuff. Like I'm too scared to go out and do stuff. I can't even do video calls because I can't handle it. All this stuff. That's because of PMO. PMO does that. It takes everything away from you till you can no longer do anything. So I'm quitting this addiction now to get out of this hole and change my ways for the better. Well, yeah, I'm doing fine now. Like, I'm going to the gym like 5 or 6 days a week. I'm greeting. I enjoy social interactions at the gym, like talking to the brothers there, shaking their hands. We know they like have similar goals to me, like they want to get big and strong. They want to improve their mental health and stuff. Change their eating habits. They have similar goals. My goals is to become the best version of myself. I'm going to be working on different aspects of my life, like work on being more social, keep going to the gym, taking time to do stuff I enjoy, spending time with my family, all of that, just to keep me going and stuff, like help me be the best version of myself. Well, brothers, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time. Peace.